Hey guys, welcome back. Today's a strength session. I'm going to be doing a different session than I've done the last few weeks. My personal plan is 4 days, so I kind of film a different one each time. And the last few weeks it kind of worked out to the same day of the week. Today we're going to be doing heavy and medium lifts. Not too crazy except for the squat. So we have heavy hinge, just 3 reps. I'm going to be doing single leg deadlift, but you could also do 2 kettlebell deadlift or any other hip hinge variation that you like. We have 5 heavy push presses. So I'm going to be doing 2 kettlebell push press. You could do single kettlebell or barbell if you have access to that. The high water mark for the skills today is going to be our medium squats. We have 35. I'm going to be doing 2 kettlebell squats, but you could do goblets or barbell if you have that. And then 18 medium pulls. I'm going to be doing pull-ups. You could do chin-ups. If you have rings, you could do any ring variation. Or if you only have access to some bells, then you can do any sort of row variation there. So heavy zone's going to be technically your hard set of 5. We usually work ladders of 1, 2, 3. Your medium zone's going to be your all-out set of 8, and we'll work sets of 2, 3, 5 there. All right, so because we have the most amount of squats, we're going to kind of sprinkle those in between everything. But before we do that, let's just do a few sets of lighter goblet squats. So I'll just take 1 bell, do a set of 5. Shake it out. And then we'll do a couple single arm cleans, because if you're doing heavy double bell front squats, you want to make sure you have a solid clean. So we'll do 3 on each arm just to kind of get that groove. And then we'll go to our working bells. And we'll hit the other side. Okay. Get a little more chalk. I'm actually going to turn on our timer. If you want to repeat that again, you can. 5 squats, 3 cleans. I did my full warm-up before this, so I feel relatively okay. Did a little longer on the rower today, so just tried to ease into it. First set's going to be 2 medium squats. Take a minute or so. we're gonna do 2, 3, 5 with our squats, just straight sets, and then we'll work in some of our heavy lifts. We really only have 3 sets of heavy lifts. And then we will go back to more squats and then work in our pull-ups. Okay. Because we have 3, 6, 9, 11 sets of squats, but only 6 sets of pull-ups. And like I said, just 1 set with the heavy hinges and just 2 sets with the heavy presses. So kind of be squatting through everything. If you feel good, we'll go for a set of 3 squats. Okay, take a rest. Wait till about 4 minutes or so. This is medium and heavy, so technically like 2 or 3 minutes rest between each of the same lift. So if we are kind of supersetting, you can get away with jumping to another skill, and then technically it's been 3 or 4 minutes by the time you get back to that same skill. But since we're just knocking out squats, we're gonna wait a little bit. Okay. All right, start to get set. Those are heavy. Let's wait probably till 7 minutes, but I'll talk to you guys a little bit in between then. Today's only 35 squats. Last week, this session on my own, I had 56, I think. And I purposefully did not film it because I didn't know if I would make it through with this weight, but I did. So I know in my mind I can do 35, even though it still feels really hard. All right, so we'll do a set of 2 push press. Then we'll go 3 heavy single leg deadlift, and then 3 heavy push press. So I'm going to be doing 2 kettlebell push press. Just to review, when you do a push press, it's just 1 dip on the way up. So you'll clean the bells, dip once, press, If you come onto your toes, that's okay. You just don't want a second dip before you catch the bells. So you'll go dip, press. Maybe you'll go dip, press. Then when you come back down, you can either keep your knees straight or you can come back down with a little knee bend to absorb some of the weight. Totally up to you. You do want to reset between each push press. Something called a Viking push press, which is a faster pace. We're not really doing that because this is a heavy strength movement. But Viking push press would just be dip, press, dip, press. We're not doing that. We're going to dip, press, reset, dip, press, reset. Okay? So first set, we're just going to try 2 reps. Just 1 clean and then 2 push press. All right, felt okay. So the breathing on the push press, in Strong First, they always teach like exhale as you press. In the kettlebell sport style, it's actually the opposite. It's inhale as you press. And I have found that to be a little more effective just for my pressing, because if you think about it, if you come here and you inhale, then when you bring it back to the rack, you're letting all the air out while the bells are kind of pushing against your body, which is a little bit more effective, in my opinion, than if you're pushing all the air out when you're going overhead. I think they also do it in kettlebell sport because they're resting a lot here, so they don't want a full belly of air in the way. But whatever works for you, if you exhale when you press or you exhale at the bottom, just make sure you're breathing and it'll be good. Before we go back to that, we'll do just 1 set, 3 heavy single leg deadlifts. So I have gotten some questions from students this week about single leg deadlift and should you have your leg go up in the air? It doesn't really matter. The purpose is to work the leg that's on the ground. So as long as you can keep your hips square, you could slide your toe back. So there's literally just like 1% of my weight on that toe. And then I stand back up. I usually kind of go somewhere in the middle, so my foot goes back maybe at like 45 degrees, and then I come back up. A lot of times when people go back and they're lifting that leg, this hip's turning out, they're getting all off balance, and that's really not the purpose of the exercise. It's the standing leg doing a single leg deadlift. So we're gonna go 3 on each. I'm also trying as much as I can to not yank my shoulders. So once you're at the bottom, it's easy for people to go like this and try to really just lead up with their shoulders. but they're just hanging on to the weights. Once you're at that bottom position, really try to just think about your foot and only let your foot guide you back up versus leading with that kind of shoulder drive. All right, just one heavy set, so nothing crazy there. We'll wait a minute or so, and then we'll do 3 heavy push press. Again, remember, get that clean, dip, press, reset, dip, press, reset, dip, press. Okay? So just 3 reps. We'll wait a minute or so. Then we're going to go back to our squats. We'll do a full ladder, 2, 3, 5, resting in between. And then our remaining sets, we will alternate with pull-ups or rows, whatever you're doing. So for our squats, we're going to go back to 2. Wait till about 16 minutes or so. If I could just do sets of 2 all day, it'd be awesome. But the downside of doing those small sets is it does take a lot of effort to clean the bell. So that was where I had some trouble last week. Was I had all those squats and I had the same number of pull-ups. It was like 56 and 56. And today's really only half the number of pull-ups, which is nice because every set my hands were getting raw from the clean and then raw from the pull-up. Today I put the box there, but last week I was just jumping up, so then there was more pulling on the hands. And then I would kind of reset before pulling, so it just got a little crazy. But the box will be a little bit better today, and I'll just kind of bend my knees to get a dead hang. So we'll go for a set of 3 here. Try not to hit the mic. I'll wait till 18 or so. We'll get a set of 5 squats next. All right. We'll go for 5. Mentally visualize 5 awesome reps. Hopefully that was 5. Okay. Making our way. Just 5 sets of squats left, 6 sets of pulls. All right. First set of pulls is going to be 2. If you're doing rows, 2 on each side. So your width here, it's really whatever feels strong for you. Some people go super narrow, some people go really wide. I kind of go somewhere in the middle. So you want to try and get neck to bar or higher. Collarbone, whatever you can do. Okay. So we'll take a minute. Then we're going to superset from here on out. Pull up, squat, pull up, squat. So our next set of squats will be just 2. Start to get set up. Take a minute or so. And we'll go 3 pulls next. It's warm enough in here. Winter is still hanging on. Today I think is high 66, which is nice, but yesterday was like freezing, literally. It snowed like 3 times throughout the day. Just little flurries, but ready for spring. So it says it's 61 in here, so not bad. When I first came in, it was like 54. Little space heater does wonders. Okay. 3 pulls. All right. Take a minute or so. And we'll go 3 squats. Start to get set. Okay. We'll wait till 26-ish. Maybe a little more because we have 5 pull-ups. Heavy and medium day always looks easier on paper, but the intensity is so much higher. In my head, I'm like, oh, this won't take very long at all, but you just have to rest longer when the weight is so heavy. Let's take a little more time. Got a big set of 5 pull-ups. Phew. Okay. We're going to wait at least a minute because now we've got our last set of 5 squats. So we'll recover a little bit. It's crazy the difference between double 20s and double 24s, percentage-wise, because I've been using my double 20s for my squat sets of 3, 5, 8, and they feel pretty quick. And these double 24s feel very slow. All right, we'll start to get set up here. Going for a set of 5. Take a rest. Maybe like 31 minutes. Good news is we only have 2, 3 left on the squats and 2, 3, 3 on the pull-ups. That darn set of 5 is so hard. Wait a little bit more. We just have 2 pull-ups coming up. You can also do weighted pull-up if you can do like 15 or 20 body weight pull-ups. This zone you definitely want to have some weight attached to you. All right, just 2. If you don't have a weight belt, you can do pull-ups in kind of an L sit or knees up. All that's going to make it more challenging as well. So there are some other options before you just add weight. All right, a set of 2 squats coming up. Should feel much easier than 5. Take a rest. We only have one more set of squats. 2 more sets of pulls. Hopefully your squats started to feel better over the course of the session. Sometimes the first few sets are a little rusty, it feels like, and then when the total is around 30 reps, like today, really just, this is where you hit the nice, feels smooth, it's solid, but then like my session last week, I kind of hit that peak and then had to keep going for 20 more reps, so starts to feel a little different on those days, but this is a nice, happy medium in my opinion. All right, around 34 minutes, we'll do our last set of 3. Oh, I was supposed to do pull-ups, wasn't I? Oh dear, guys. Well, we got those done. We'll just do 2 sets of pull-ups. I guess I just wanted them out of the way. About 30 more seconds. And I'll do 3, little rest, and 3 more. We'll wait till about 38. If you're doing rows, make sure you do them on each side. And we'll get our last set of 3. So today was mostly squats with some other fun skills mixed in my opinion. Hopefully you guys tried the double bell push press. It's always a tough one, especially because we always have a dominant arm. So for me, lefty is sometimes a little slower. But the more you practice, they get more in sync. All right, visualize that last set of 3. Start to get set. All right, we did it. Awesome. Great work, guys. You got 3 heavy hinges, 5 heavy presses, 35 medium squats, 18 medium pulls. All right, hope you had fun. Drop us a note and we'll see you next time. Bye.